A very good morning, girls, and welcome back to yet another session of your English class. So, in my previous class, I had just started off with the very first chapter in your syllabus, that is Gentlemen of the Jungle, written by Jomo Kenyatta. So, in the previous class, we will just have a quick recap of whatever we did. Okay. So, initially, I started off giving you the background to the story, okay, about the colonizers colonizing Africa, and about Jomo Kenyatta, a strong political writer, and about his works. And I also told you he was from Kenya and belonged to the Kikuyu tribe. Okay, so and as the story goes, we get to know that there is this elephant who makes friendship with the man. Okay, so the elephant or the animal community here represents the Europeans, that is the colonizers. Okay, the man represents the whole of the African community, the tribal people of Africa. So the story begins where the elephant makes friendship with the man and they are really happy. Once there is a heavy thunderstorm, there's a heavy rain that broke out in in the jungle. So the elephant goes to the man asking for help. That is, he wanted little space so that he can protect himself from the torrential rain. So the elephant portrays a very clever character here. Rather, I can tell you, the Europeans portray a very clever character, as I was telling, and the elephant is asking for help. What is the help? He wants a little space for himself. So the man, being very kind and generous enough, he says, yeah, my hut is too small and this place is very little. I have place for myself and you can keep your trunk inside the hut. So the elephant initially acts to be very thankful and says, I will definitely return your kindness. What follows? The elephant slowly pushes itself inside and flung out the man out of his hut. He flung out means the elephant just throws the man out of the hut and says, your skin is harder than mine. You are able to bear the rain, but my skin is too delicate for the rain. You can happily stay out of the hut, but whereas I cannot expose myself to the rain. So, telling this, the man is thrown out of the hut and the elephant happily occupies the hut. The cunningness of the animals or the cunningness of the Europeans is being shown through the character of the elephant. So the man starts grumbling about this. Grumbling, he is irritated with the behavior of the lion. Sorry, he is irritated with the behavior of the elephant and he starts grumbling. So, listening to the grumbling sound, all the other animals in the jungle are there surrounding and looking at him, and the grumbling just gets transformed into a heated argument between the man and the elephant. So when the argument is too sharp, there is the king of the jungle entering inside. That is none other than the lion. So the lion here represents the Queen of England, I told you. So when the king enters, the king of the jungle enters, and he asks, what is the reason for the peace being disturbed in my country? So the elephant, being the high minister, he has a very good reputation among the animals. So the elephant, being the high ministers in the jungle kingdom, he says, my lord, nobody is disturbing the peace and tranquility of your kingdom, but there is a small discussion that is happening between me and my friend the man, between the possession of this little hut. So he says there is no argument, nobody is disturbing peace, but there is a small misunderstanding that has happened. there is a small clarification that is happening between me and my friend. So apart from that, there is nothing happening. So telling this, the elephant tries to console the lion. So I stopped there. I will continue. The lion, who wanted to have peace and tranquility in his kingdom, replied in a noble voice, saying, so the lion always wanted to have peace and tranquility. So, what is this peace? So, what is this peace and tranquility? So, it says the Queen of England, always wanted to maintain the standards. The Britishers always wanted to, finish things in a very, though it was in a very ruthless manner, they cover it up telling if we will end up things in a very peaceful manner. So the lion, who wanted to have peace and tranquility, he wanted to have peace in his kingdom, he speaks to the, or rather calms the man and says, I command my ministers to appoint a commission of inquiry to go thoroughly into the matter and report accordingly. So the lion commands the ministers who are there, and he says, appoint a commission of inquiry. This is very important. He says, appoint a commission of inquiry. What is this commission of inquiry? Commission of inquiry is nothing but a group of people will be, the group of ministers will be called together, and that forms a committee, and that committee is responsible for the inquiry to ask about or to go through the matter. That is the inquiry. So ministers were appointed, or the commission of inquiry was asked to be formed to go through this matter, into the matter. What is the matter? The problem between the man and the elephant. So to go thoroughly into the matter, and the report has to be brought before the lion. So this was what was told by the lion. He here refers to the lion. He then turned to the man and said, so he, after giving out the command to the ministers, he turns towards the man and he says, you have done well by establishing friendship with my people, especially with the elephant, who is one of my honorable ministers of state. So you should note all these points very carefully. So the lion plays the gentleman game here, where the lion turns to the man and says, you have done well. I appreciate you for having friendship with my people. Who are the my people here? It refers to the animals, especially the elephant. So the lion is appreciating the man for establishing friendship with the animals, that too especially with the elephant, who is the honorable minister, who has a very he's in a very respectful position of the states, and says, do not grumble anymore. So the lion is trying to convince the man and says, do not grumble, do not grumble. Your hut is not lost to you. Your hut will not go anywhere. You will definitely be given a proper justice. This is how the lion is consoling the man and telling, don't grumble, do not worry anymore. Your hut will not go anywhere. You will definitely get it. Wait until the sitting of my imperial commission. So please note the word imperial commission. Okay, why I am marking all these words is because you may get all this for 1 marker questions. Okay, so the lion says, wait until the commission of inquiry, until my imperial commission is formed, and there you will be given plenty of opportunity to state your case. So the lion is convincing the man, telling, do not grumble, you please wait until the commission is formed, and there you will be given plenty of opportunity. You will be given number of chances to speak for or to speak about your case. I am sure that you will be pleased with the findings of the commission. And the lion also promises the man that he will definitely be very pleased, very happy with the justice that the commission will be giving him. The man was very pleased by these sweet words from the king of the jungle and innocently waited for his opportunity in the belief that naturally the hut would be returned to him. So the man was very happy with the juicy words that were told by the king of the jungle. So when the king is, speaking so much. Next, the elephant, obeying the command of his master, got busy with the other ministers to appoint the commission of inquiry. So, after the elephant obeying the words of the lion, it was got busy forming the members. He was the one who was appointing the members of the commission of inquiry. So you may get a one marker question. Who was given the opportunity to appoint the members of the commission of inquiry? It is the elephant. Okay. So the following elders of the jungle were appointed to sit in the commission. So I can call them the five majesties. Okay, the following members, the five members of the commission of inquiry, I can call them as the majestic five. Okay, so why am I calling them as the majestic five? You will know. Mr. Rhinoceros. So you may get this question also. Please be very careful. Mr. Rhinoceros, Mr. Buffalo, Mr. Alligator, the Right Honorable. RT means Right, HON, Honorable. The Right Honorable Mr. Fox to act as chairman and Mr. Leopard to act as the secretary to the commission. So you can see who were the members in the commission of inquiry. It was solely the animals. There was nobody representing from the man's side. So that was the pathetic situation. And you can see who was the chairman. So you can see who was the chairman of this commission. It was the fox. So what is the adjective that you can give for a fox? Yes, fox is definitely a very cunning animal. So he the elephant was very right in choosing Mr. Fox because he is very cunning and he will definitely speak for the elephant. So knowing all this, the commission of inquiry was formed with the following animals. On seeing the personnel is the group, the committee, the man protested and asked if it was not necessary to include in this commission a member from his side. So after seeing the members of the committee, the man was a little hesitant. He was worried and he asked whether was it not necessary to include in the committee a person from his side. Okay, but he was told that it was impossible. So when the man is going and asking why not somebody from his side, the animals are denying it and they say, since no one from his side were well enough educated to understand the intricacy of jungle law. So this point is very important. Mark it, girls. So, when the man is asking the committee members, when the man is asking the animals, why not I have a representative from my side? This was the answer that was given. So, what did they tell? They tell the man, nobody from your side is well educated. So, the African people were not literates, they were not educated. The Britishers were thinking that they can only give them proper guidance, guidelines also. So, they reject the man's proposal and say, nobody from your side is well educated. They are not educated enough to understand the intricacy of jungle law. Intricacy means complex. Complex means it's really confusion. Intricacy, it's really complex. It is confusing. Nobody from the man's side is educated. If you are educated, you can understand our law. Though because you people are not educated, no, you will not understand all our laws. So you will not have any representative from your side in the commission of inquiry. Further, that there was nothing to fear. So they are consoling the man, telling that there is nothing for you to fear, for the members of the commission were all men of repute. Repute means they were with high ranks and they were very respectful people. Okay, were all men of repute for the impartiality in justice. Underline this word. So the man is convinced in such a way that these animals are telling you, the man from your side, nobody is well educated to understand our laws. And you please don't worry, because the members of the commission will be giving you impartial justice. What is impartial? It is the opposite of partial. What is partiality? You are doing favors for one person. Impartial means you are neither falling for the other party. So the man is convinced, telling they are very impartial and you will be given a proper justice. And as they were gentlemen chosen by God to look after the interest of race less adequately endowed with teeth and claws, he might rest assured he might rest assured that they would investigate the matter with great care and report impartially. So, this is what they told the man and consoled. So they say, we are the gentlemen. So in the previous class, I told you why this lesson was called as the gentlemen. Gentlemen, it here refers to the animals. Why it refers to the animals? Whom do you generally call a gentleman? A man who has the proper and right attitude is generally referred to as a gentleman. So, the animals are considering themselves to be gentlemen, and uh, they also thought that these people are not educated at all. They have their own culture, they have their own tradition. We are modernized, we have more capability and the level of understanding, so that we are the people who are sent by God in order to look after the welfare of this people. So this was the mentality of the Europeans. And here you can see Jomo Kenyatta, he uses animal characters. Why is he using animal characters? When I tell animal, animal itself suggests its behavior is not proper. It may attack you anytime. So these European people were so ruthless people. They attacked the colonized people, the slaves, anytime and anyhow they wanted. So that is why Jomo Kenyatta is using the animal characters here to represent the Europeans. So he might rest assured. Next, the commission sat to take evidence. So the committee was formed with the majestic five, and they are sat down to take the evidence. So rightfully, who has to be called first? It has to be the man. But here it is the other way round. When the commission sat down to take the evidence from both the parties, the Right Honorable Mr. Elephant was called first. So the partiality is started already. How? The man should have been rightfully called first because there is no one from his side representing. So the man should have been called first. Instead, what happens? The elephant is being called first to hear the evidence. He came along with a superior air, brushing his tusk with the sapling which Mrs. Elephant had provided, and in an authoritative voice said, so the elephant is just coming inside, and in the tusk he is holding a small sapling, a small branch of a tree. He is holding it and he's fanning it around him, which and this sapling was given by Mrs. Elephant, and he just enters the place where the members were sitting and in a very authoritative voice. So all these words suggest how the Europeans were. Okay, in a very authoritative voice the elephant says, Gentlemen of the jungle, there is no need for me to waste your valuable time in relating a story which I am sure all of you know. So, the elephant is entering and standing before the members of the committee, and he says, Gentlemen of the jungle, there is no need for me to waste your time telling you the story again and again. And I am very sure that all of you know the story well by now. I have always regarded it as my duty to protect the interests of my friends, and this appears to have caused the misunderstanding between myself and my friend here. So the elephant says, it is always my duty, okay? It is the rightful duty of a person, the high minister, to protect the interests of my friends, to protect my friends who are not, who don't understand our laws, okay? It is my duty to protect. So that is the misunderstanding that has happened between me and my friend. So he does not know that I have to protect him. So, because I went and occupied his hut, he thinks that it is being taken from him. So, he has to understand that my duty is to protect my friends. So, that is the misunderstanding. He invited me to save his hut. So, please note. So please check for these lines. He says, he invited me. He here refers to the man. Did the man invite the elephant? No, it was the other way around. The entire story is being conveyed in a wrong way. The elephant says the man invited the elephant to save his hut from being blown away by a hurricane. Hurricane is nothing but the when the rain and the wind and everything is too harsh. Okay, so the elephant says the hut had to be protected by someone who was heavy. Okay, the elephant is actually a huge and a hefty animal. So in order to protect the hut from being blown away, the elephant was invited into the hut. So that is the story that was given by the elephant. As the hurricane gained access owing to the unoccupied space in the hut, I considered it necessary in my friend's own interest to turn the undeveloped space to a more economic use by sitting in it myself. So, the elephant says he invited me in order to protect the hut and also to make the hut into a more developed space. The hut was actually undeveloped. So, my friend invited me, and I also considered it my duty to make the place or to make the place into a more proper way. Okay, to use the place in a more proper way. So that I considered it my duty. So I occupied the hut by sitting in it myself, a duty which any of you would undoubtedly have performed with equal readiness in similar circumstances. And the elephant is also quoting or telling that any person from the committee, any animal would have done the same. Okay, because the space was not occupied by anyone, I went and occupied it first, and I thought I will put the place to a more economic use, to a better use. So it was my duty to protect my friend, so I did it. Okay, so I will end my class for today. I thought I will go page by page so that you will not be confused, and I too don't want to rush very fast. So any doubts, you please text me in the WhatsApp group so that I can clear your doubts. With this, we end our today's session. Thank you, girls. God bless you.